It's official. Roy Jones Jr., one of the most gifted fighters to ever step in a boxing ring, has joined Terence Crawford's camp ahead of the biggest fight of the year against Canelo Alvarez. This changes everything. From the mental blueprint to the tactical execution, Crawford just added a genius to his corner, and the boxing world is buzzing. In today's episode, we break down 10 insightful quotes from fighters, coaches, and insiders that show us what's really happening behind the scenes. This is about more than just a size difference. This is about the beauty of boxing, the chess game, the footwork, the mind. So before fight night hits, make sure you're tuned in. This is BoxiHub, your one home for elite fight analysis. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and let's get into it. Terence Crawford kicking off his camp in peak form says a lot. From the jump, he's shown explosive speed, surgical footwork, and elite-level discipline. That's not just confidence, it's intention. Crawford isn't entering this camp just to show up. He's here to dominate. Roy Jones joining that camp? That's like adding a master strategist to a brilliant general. Their synergy might be the X factor. Crawford's early sharpness signals how dialed in his focus is, and with a mind like Roy's now pushing the gears, this camp is about evolution, not just preparation. He's starting where most fighters peak, and there's still time left to go up. The focus on core strength in this camp isn't cosmetic, it's strategic. Against someone like Canelo, known for body shots and inside pressure, core integrity could be the key to surviving and countering. Crawford's been hammering those ab circuits, planks, rotational work, you name it. It's not just about looking the part, this is about withstanding Canelo's strength while maintaining explosive speed and balance. The deeper message here? Crawford and his team know exactly what's coming. They're not banking on flash, they're building a fortress. Roy Jones being around only enhances this attention to intelligent, functional preparation. There was a moment in camp where Crawford unleashed a combination so crisp, so fluid, that it looked like a highlight reel in real time. Roy Jones stood nearby watching. The skills Bud has aren't normal, they're generational. Speed, balance, angle work, layered defense. It's a full orchestra of violence conducted by a man with absolute confidence. When pros talk about Bud's greatness, it's not hype, it's observation. These body shots, combinations, and movements show a fighter who's not just reacting, he's leading, dictating, and overwhelming. Canelo might be bigger, but Crawford's tool set is sharper. Canelo isn't sleeping on this fight. His own camp has begun, and for him, it's personal. He knows that recent performances have raised questions. The wear is visible. Canelo's greatness isn't in doubt, but the expectations weigh heavier than ever. With Roy Jones Jr. on the other side, guiding a fresher, faster, hungrier fighter like Crawford, the heat intensifies. Canelo must now show he can evolve again, because the Canelo from the last few fights won't be enough. And that's the reality. Legacy doesn't win fights, performance does.
I say Crawford, but, it's the crazy fight. It's too much fun for Crawford. I know he can't do it for the money, but it's too much. It's too much pound for Crawford, and Canelo is not easy. Canelo is stronger.
David Morrell pulls no punches. He thinks it's too much power for Crawford. And he's not wrong to be cautious. Canelo's strength, especially in exchanges, is dangerous. This quote reminds us that Bud is entering deep water and he knows it. But this isn't about survival, it's about outthinking the threat. Roy Jones knows power. He's felt it, and having him in Bud's corner to navigate those power zones adds immense value. Morrell's quote reveals the stakes. Crawford's skills will be tested like never before.
Not easy. Canelo is stronger. It's difficult. It's difficult for Crawford to win the fight or to stay win the 12th round. So, I say 60-40.
60/40 in favor of Canelo, Morales says, but even he adds qualifiers. The odds reflect public sentiment, not tactical advantage. He calls it difficult for Crawford, and it will be, but what makes Bud special is how he makes tough fights look simple. With Roy Jones fine-tuning the angles and movement, that 40% grows. Canelo might start stronger, but can he adapt when the rhythm changes? That's where Bud thrives. Morrell's realism is necessary, it adds balance to the narrative, but it also underestimates Crawford's adaptability, a mistake many opponents have made before.
So let's go. So shout out to Bud Crawford, man. I'm so happy for him. And he gonna beat that boy, man. And like I say, it's not about how it's Canelo, it's about how good Crawford is. That's all.
Coach Bernie's words are raw and real. To him, this isn't about how good Canelo is, it's about how special Crawford is. Roy Jones' arrival in the camp validates that idea. Crawford's not just here to participate, he's here to rewrite the story. And Bernie's quote brings it full circle. This isn't just about one fighter being better, it's about destiny, timing, and narrative. Crawford believes this is his moment, and with someone like Roy helping pen the final chapters, the confidence is backed by strategy.
It's the Crawford. He's just a mere person in the story. You understand? If you write this story, man, he's just a mere person in the story. And then it was this Canelo and this. That's all it is. But Crawford is the main character in the story. This shit was lined up for Crawford. It's about Crawford, man.
Bernie doubles down and makes it poetic. Canelo is just a mere person in the story. It's bold, it's even controversial. But when you look at what Roy Jones brings, a mirror of Crawford's creativity, speed, and style, it suddenly feels prophetic. They're crafting a fight plan that views Canelo not as a wall, but as a stepping stone. Crawford isn't trying to match Canelo, he's trying to render him irrelevant. And in Roy's eyes, that's a vision worth building. When your mindset shifts from challenger to storyteller, you start writing history.
But I'm just saying, he gonna do what them other guys didn't do. He gonna fuck him up, man. He gonna fight that motherfucker, man. He gonna beat Canelo's ass, man. And it is what it is. Canelo great, Bud just...
Coach Bernie wraps his thoughts with finality. Crawford's going to do what the rest couldn't, and that's the most important takeaway. Every fighter before Bud, Plant, Smith, Charlo, they fought Canelo in the ring. Crawford is preparing to beat him before the first bell. Roy Jones knows what it's like to make opponents question everything. Crawford is now absorbing that mindset, not just to win, but to outclass, to humiliate. This isn't about surviving the storm, it's about becoming the storm.
I just think, in my opinion, we're going to see a Tom and Jerry, brother. That's all. Tom and Jerry? Tom and Jerry. We're going to see a Tom and Jerry. What? You know, Crawford's a little guy, man. My respect. Crawford's a hell of a...
David Benavidez makes it simple and playful. Tom and Jerry. He acknowledges the size difference. He knows Bud is the smaller man, but he still calls him a hell of a fighter. That's not a joke. That's respect. Because even if Crawford looks like Jerry, the danger is real. Roy Jones, who once beat bigger men with speed and smarts, now grooms Bud to do the same. Benavidez understands it. This isn't brute force versus brute force. It was cunning versus control, and in that cartoon chase, sometimes the mouse has the last laugh. Roy Jones Jr. joining Terence Crawford's camp is not just a move, it's a message. The message is simple: Crawford isn't here to survive, he's here to rewrite what's possible. With Canelo's size and strength looming large, it's easy to focus on physicality, but as every quote showed you, this fight will be decided by the mind, the rhythm, and the strategy. Crawford, with Roy in his corner, has turned his camp into a war room. And come fight night, the real war begins. This is BoxiHub, your home for elite boxing breakdowns. Like, comment, and subscribe right now, because when these two legends collide, you'll want the real analysis. Crawford versus Canelo. Who's your pick? Drop it below.